This is Gypsy King. I made a video called Real Racist Fights Black Man in the Ring. Hilarious, by the way. W's to Gypsy King and Super Hot for a great fight. I actually learned that Gypsy King only had 2 weeks of boxing training after being retired for 19 years. So I gave him a lot of shit for his ring endurance, but for only 2 weeks of training and being 19 years retired, that was a pretty damn good show. So let's see what he had to say about Cuffem and Adin Ross. Let's get into it.
Cuffem's a fucking coward, fat nigga, fat piece of shit, autistic-looking cocksucker. And, you know, he had every opportunity. He could have done something. He could have said something.
That can't be real, right? There's no way. There's no way that fire alarm's real, right? Out of every human being I've ever seen on Earth, this is the guy who I would have never expected to have a African ceiling bird.
When I was there, he didn't. So.
Oh, also, editor, have fun censoring this video. You've been going overtime with the censors, bro. Have fun with this one.
So he's a bitch. I will never fight on brand risk again. Never.
I think, one, that is definitely a good idea. If I were Paul here, I probably wouldn't ever fight again. One, just because he's getting old, guys, right? He's about to turn 40. Getting in shape for boxing, it's a lot of work. It is. And unfortunately, boxing is a young man's game. It really is. But also, I'm not going to lie, people were being pretty gay about it. I mean, Paul won. He should have won all 3 rounds. He really should have. Commentary was being lame as shit about it. There was no professionalism at all. When it comes to, you can shit talk these people in and outside the ring, but when the bell goes off, you need to be fair, and you got to respect the decisions. And both of these guys put up a hell of a fight. They really did.
There's literally no amount of money they can give me to do it again. I'll never fight for them again. And it's not because they were unprofessional or anything like that. They were very good to me. Like, really? Let me just say this very clear. The brand risk promotion was very professional.
It sounds like brand risk is down 1 racist white man fighter. Hey, Adin Ross. Replacements right here, baby. Hey, if you need a fighter, your boy's down. I'm at a ripe age of 32. Hey, if you want to get something going, baby. If you want to get something going, hit my ass up anytime.
Like, everybody that worked with me, like, even Kike, Jew, Adin, like, they were professional for the most part. The only time that they were not professional was when we did the face-off interview, which really pissed me off. That made me really angry. But other than that, they were good. Like, they had security with me all the time.
That has to be a sound effect. It has to be.
I'm watching my back everywhere I went. They gave me my own dressing room. You know, they paid me very quickly. They helped me out. You know, they wanted to book my room and my flight. I didn't allow them to do that, but everything else, like, they were super professional about. But I just won't fight for them again because of the way that I was treated, like, with the crowd and with the commentary.
Really?
I watched the fight, and the entire time, the commentators are saying that this nigga is winning, but he's not. He's losing, and he's losing badly. And their whole time, you just hear them saying, like, yeah, Super Hot, hit him. Yeah, you got this. Yeah, let's say, dude, what the fuck are you like, even Rampage Jackson.
Let's be completely honest, Paul. You know this as well as I know this. This was not about Paul Miller versus Super Hot. This was about white versus blacks. Everybody knows it. Everybody saw that shit. Everybody who watched that was trying to see which race was better, whites or blacks. And they wanted to see a racist man get his just desserts by a black man beating the fuck out of him. That is what everybody signed up to watch. So that's the reason why a lot of commentary was up your ass, is because they were over emotionally invested. They weren't watching it for the sport. They weren't watching it for the fight. They were watching it because they wanted to see a black man beat up a racist white man. That is what they were paying to see. No, gun to my head, I could not name you a single other fight on that card that anybody else was talking about. If there was other fights on that card, I don't know what the fuck they were. I don't think any of you know that shit either. The only reason why people were watching was for this fight. Who wins in a fight? A white racist or a black man? That's what everybody watched. And by the way, the reason why the fight was even more funny is because even Superhot said, "I love black people, but I hate N-words." That is a quote from Superhot. And then and then Paul Miller and Superhot had like a moment of camaraderie where they were both like, "Oh, I hate N-words too." That, yeah, he did say that. It was hilarious.
Who I have respect for as a fighter, I know he knows better. Like, I know he does. But he was just saying it because he hates white people. He hates our people. Period. End of story.
Sure. And everybody knows, Rampage Jackson does hate white people. Absolutely. Why? I don't know. Maybe they're too handsome and smart and all of them are so great. But I don't know. It might just be a jealousy thing. I think white people are awesome personally.
So they were pushing like the narrative of me losing during the comments, and that can sway like an audience. And Adin apologized for.
And by the way, even though Rampage Jackson hates white people, even though Rampage Jackson is a blatant racist, I still like his content. I don't care. I truly don't care at all. It's the same thing with Paul Miller. I think Gypsy Crusader is fucking hilarious. like straight up. Bro, if the content's good, I don't give a fuck. And that's what it is, man. I will die on the hill that Cuffem and Gypsy Crusader's first interaction was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Because they're funny. And that's all I give a fuck about.
He actually just did it a little while ago. He said he was sorry. He said it was unprofessional. And then they went off on the Florida State Athletic Commission, which was stupid, because if the Florida State Athletic Commission just says, "You know what? Fuck you. We're not gonna officiate your fights anymore," because they could do that. They could do that. They could say, "We don't want to. We're not going to do it because of the way that you guys acted and the way that everybody was." You're calling the Florida State Athletic Commission racist? All of the judges were spics. They were all Mexican. Are you kidding me right now? So that's why I will never fight on brand risk again.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I heard rumors that he'd be open to fighting Andrew Tate, and I think that would be a very interesting fight. But I do think Andrew Tate would probably rock the shit out of him, just because Andrew Tate's still in very good fighting shape from what I recall in comparison. I would still love to see that fight, though. But at the same time, I don't think those two would ever fight. But that makes sense to me. Great video. Like, comment, subscribe. Love covering this shit. It's been some good content lately, huh?